going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
A brand new government-wide strategy to regulate cryptocurrencies. A Biden administration official tells me they will release a National Security Council memorandum as soon as early February that will task federal agencies with assessing the risks and opportunities that crypto poses. It will delve into the details of a central bank digital currency, the impact of digital assets on financial stability, and normalizing regulations for crypto with other countries. The action, first reported by Bloomberg News, comes as agencies across the government examine new rules for crypto. Last fall, the Biden administration released recommendations proposing that only banks be allowed to issue stablecoins. Jared Seaberg, an analyst at Cowen, called the administration's expected actions, quote, symbolically significant, as the White House would be acknowledging that crypto is becoming economically important and is here to stay. And while crypto may be rebounding today, investors might want to put on their seatbelt. Matthew Howe, the CIO at Bitwise Asset Management, says that the market is pricing in a very bearish executive order. He says this is contributing to volatility in the crypto markets, and that volatility will be the name of the game between now and when that order is released.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Biden to do an executive order on crypto. Direct agencies to assess the risk opportunities of crypto. Look at details of CBDC. Examine the impact of crypto on financial stability. And normalize regulation with other countries. And guys, what does this let us know? They are about to flip the switch on cryptocurrencies. We already know 2021 was to lay down that foundation. Now it's time to build. We know they put trillions and trillions of dollars of crypto. Now they're going to put it to work. We know the Winter Olympics in China starts on February 4th. So they are going to be testing the digital yuan during the Olympics. But we know there's going to be a main event that's going to give us a sign that China is about to rise and take the seat of America to Babylon. Now, guys, we had a lot of Bitcoin stocks and ETFs that have taken a hit. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But since the Fed has announced they're not going to raise rates until March, and we know this first rate hike has been partially already priced in, we still can move up about 20% in stocks. And then cryptos, of course, are still going to have its pumps and dumps. But Biden is now setting us up for the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy by using cryptos. And remember, crypto means a hidden message. The hidden meaning. That means that these cryptos are not for you. They're for the machines, while the sheep go inside the metaverse. Because we know, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
So it's going to be somewhat uncorrelated with equity markets, not perfectly. It's not a hedge by any means, but it is uncorrelated. And critically, it's still really volatile. We're going to continue to hear the case of people making a lot of money and people losing a lot of money in Bitcoin. which is what's necessary for it to keep the attention on it and keep people interested in it. It's definitely maturing, though, into more of a alternative like a gold or precious metals would be, though, and therefore is maturing into maybe you should have a little slice of it in your portfolio just for diversification's sake.
So first, just let's start with flows, and I think to the point of the staying power, in the face of this price decline, we've actually seen inflows ever since the first week that we launched. So, folks are really committing to the strategy. When you put the lack of correlation together with volatility, it becomes a powerful feature, if you will, not a bug. It means that you only need a little bit to add important diversification to your portfolio. The tracking's been very good to spot Bitcoin. The futures market, if anything, is a better reflection of price and more liquid. There's more volume in the futures market than there is in the number one U.S. exchange. So that's really powerful. And BITO, B-I-T-O in and of itself, trades lots of volume every day, and there are options on it as well. So it's a very useful tool to both longer-term investors, but also the short-term folks find it liquid and valuable too. And you want both of those there for a healthy ecosystem, because even if you're holding it for a year, the day you're in, you want the traders there to keep the spreads tight, and the day you get out, you want them there. And we've found that to be very true of BITO since its launch.
And to bring up a painful subject, a spot Bitcoin ETF for 2022, are you in the majority camp? We saw two of them rejected last week. Most people I talk to in the ETF community think there's almost no chance of a spot Bitcoin ETF in 2022. You want to comment, handicap that for us?
I don't think any of us know, and it wouldn't be my place to comment, but I think the one thing that we would say is that there are lots of very important things about the futures market that are valuable. You have in the futures market multiple exchanges that converge to the price of those futures. Remember, you can't invest in that spot thing in the corner of your CNBC screen. There are other belts and suspenders aspects to the futures market, including the clearinghouse. So those are really important as well. There hasn't been any fraud or any weird things, if you will, in the spot market. So I think there are key advantages to the futures market when you combine that with the ETF structure that make it a pretty compelling value proposition and bringing the opportunity for Bitcoin exposure into the normal ways that people have been managing their portfolios.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series.